In the last video, I encourage you to write down your ideal lifestyle 5 years from now. I told you not to restrain yourself, not to design your future based on your present, based on your current circumstances, on your current fears or reality. I also asked you to believe, all right? Now, pay close attention. I want to break it down for you. First, understand this. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your life, okay? It's your life, whatever you want to do. I just have a hunch. Maybe I have a feeling, maybe you want to change some things in your life. But you know what? Change is a complex undertaking. Whether it's individual, organizational, or social change, it's kind of hard sometimes to change, right? There are forces, many forces at play. So, if you've been trying to change your current situation and you are not making progress, I want to offer you a fresh perspective. I want to go behind the scene to help you understand why you may not be effective at driving change in your life, both professionally and personally. Now, I want you to imagine a 5-year-old kid leading a 400-pound gorilla. I mean, a huge gorilla. And it's a small little kid leading that gorilla. Now, here's a question for you. How effective do you think the kid would be if he or she politely or gently asked the gorilla to move, to go? How effective do you think? Now, the question is not a trick question, right? Because the answer is that depends. Now, what do I mean by that depends? Well, obviously the gorilla is in charge. It is much bigger, all right? It is much more powerful than the kid. However, the kid can use tactical and strategic levers to force the gorilla to obey. Here's what I mean. It is said we have two brains, okay? We have the right brain, which is the emotional brain, all right? Is the emotional brain the one that feels the emotion. Then we have the left brain. Hey, by the way, I know when I'm touching my left, it's probably your right because we're kind of crisscross right now, okay? Now, okay, so it's your right brain and you have your left brain. So your left brain is the logical brain and your right brain is the emotional brain. Your left brain is the one that analyzes everything. So it's always analyzing everything. It is also the one that makes you procrastinate or think you are not good enough to start or you are not ready to start. There's always something that's missing for you. Do you see my point? Do you see where I'm coming from? That's the left brain doing the work. Those two brains are often referred to as the conscious brain, which is the left brain, the conscious one, your awareness, and the unconscious mind or brain, all right? Let me put it in a context that might make more sense to you. Your rational or logical brain, your left brain, is the kid, okay? The kid, remember the kid that is trying to lead the gorilla? The emotional brain, your right brain, is actually the 400-pound gorilla. Now, it's a little kid trying to drag this huge gorilla. It really doesn't matter. The gorilla doesn't want to move. The gorilla doesn't want to change. Just stay with me. Listen carefully. The kid is trying really hard. Okay, the kid is you trying to do something, but the gorilla doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to change the situation. Thus is the root of your internal conflicts. What do I mean by that? Your emotional brain, your right brain, which is your left now, but it's really your right. Just touch your right brain. Your emotional brain is always in control. The gorilla is always in control. It dictates the action you take now, tomorrow, and forever. Let me give you an example. In your logical mind, your left brain, you want to go to the gym to work out. Your outcome maybe you want to lose 10 pounds in, let's say, 6 months. But your emotional brain, your right brain, the gorilla, doesn't want to feel the pain of working out. No, it doesn't. It's the part of your brain that is trying to keep you from going to the gym. That's your right brain. That's the gorilla. Here's what the gorilla would prefer to do. Splurge on a cup of ice cream or a chocolate cake, right? Chocolate. It gives you the pleasure. It gives you this weird feeling. Oh, look at this chocolate cake. Ooh, it looks good. I'm going to try it. Are you still with me? That's the gorilla speaking. The 400-pound gorilla that is pulling the left brain, the little kid behind. The gorilla is really in charge. Do you see the battle? Are you seeing why the kid has such a hard time leading the 400-pound gorilla? Are you seeing why you can really want something and yet it is so hard for you to take the right actions to get it? The gorilla will give you so many excuses. But you know what? You can empower the kid to take charge anytime you want to. You can. You have to know that you have that power. So I want to share with you how you can do so. There are 3 strategies. Okay? The first one is to give the gorilla specific directions. Do you know why you can't resist the chocolate or the ice cream? It's because the gorilla doesn't get clear, firm. It's just like specific and firm directions as to where you want to go. Just tell it, okay? Tell it and be firm where you want it to go. Now, let me tell you this. If you don't give specific and detailed and firm directions to the gorilla, it will eventually take you somewhere. And let me tell you what that somewhere is. It is the city of regrets, the town of regrets. So give it clear guidance. No ambiguity, no confusion. That's why earlier in the last video, I asked you to write down specifically exactly what you want out of life and where do you want to see your life 5 years from now. Do you remember this? That's what I mean. Number 2, touch the gorilla's heart. Your heart is your emotional control center. Your feelings come from your heart. That is where your tears flow. Hey, the Holy Bible says, out of the heart flow the issues of your life. It's what drives you to take action. Your center, your heart. It's what changes behaviors and attitudes. It's your heart that's really does the job. That you have to touch the gorilla's heart. Do you see what I mean? If your heart is not in it, it's not going to happen. So, how do you touch the gorilla's heart? How do you get to the heart? A strong emotional why. You gotta have a really powerful and strong emotional why. It's like this. You've got to pick up the phone, face your fears, and make the sale. Why? It's because your daughter's education depends on it. Your heart will break if your daughter finishes high school and you can't afford to send her to college. That is your why. The more emotional it is, the more you are driven. Find out your why and make it emotional. Do you follow? Are you with me? That's what it is. You've got to have a compelling reason why. That's how you get the heart to involve in that which you want to accomplish, because the gorilla is only going to move if the heart is touched. Number 3, keep reminding the gorilla. You have to remind it. State what you want and the reason why you want it first thing in the morning and first thing and the last thing at night. That's how you remind the gorilla. Do you remember when I said that in the last video? Maybe you didn't watch it. That's okay. It's your call. I am doing my duty to serve you, to give you what it takes to really get what you want in life. Okay? First thing in the morning and last thing at night. You keep reminding what you want, the gorilla what you want, and the reason why, your emotional why. Then cut out pictures of the university you want your daughter to attend and put it on your wall as a reminder. Make it your emotional trigger. Keep reminding the gorilla because it has a short memory. It really does. So, I hope what I shared with you was not too confusing. I hope you got it. So let me summarize with the whole thing, what I just said. With your logical brain, you can do or say anything you want. Actually, not do. You can say anything you want. And you can say what you want. And you can really mean it. Like you want to go to the gym starting January the 1st. Every day you want to go work out. You can say that if you want to. That's your logical brain. But it's the gorilla. It's your emotional brain that is in charge. Remember that. That is why every time you take one step forward, the gorilla pulls you 2 steps backward. Do you see what I mean? Listen, this is the framework that I have been using to get whatever I want in life to this day. It should work for you as well. All right? Let's review. Number 1, specific, firm, and clear directions. See it vividly and feel it. Number 2, determine your emotional why. That which will wake you up in the morning with passion. I mean passion and determination, no matter what, whatever it takes. And then go after what you want, all right? So you got to have that emotional why. Number 3, keep reminding yourself day and night through verbal, mental repetition, and visuals, all right? Now, it's your time to put these strategies into action. I wish you an amazing new year, okay? Make it your best year ever. And remember this, press on and never, never, ever give up. Take care.